as I want to stuff. And today is gonna be a different video than I usually post. Today is gonna be my life story. Now let's begin from my birth. September 30th, 2008 is when I was born. I was born in the United States, and that's all I'm really gonna say. So, for the first 6 years of my life, I lived in this little tiny place, little tiny town in Nebraska called Ceresco. Ceresco is this, it's not super big. I, since I was born in 2008, that means that it has a lot less population than it does now. And the story of my birth is my mom had preeclampsia, which is a serious condition in which they get really sick during the end of their pregnancy, usually. And my mom was really sick, but she didn't know it. So when the doctors told her, she was like, "No, I'm fine." She was not fine. And so I was born from I wasn't born from an emergency C-section, I believe. I was born from a C-section. And so, yeah. I was a very tiny baby, and I'm still short today, only about 5 foot. But anyway, September 30th, 2008, and yeah, it was just a crazy time. Now, later in the year, not really much had happened. I don't really remember much. Obviously, it was the year I was born. 2009 is the same way. I don't really remember much. But 2010 is, well, it could have been like 2009 or something, where I had like this bit of memory. And it just moved on to the next stage of my life. And this was from my perspective, even when I was that young. It's just like a portion of my memory is just gone. But anyway, when I was about 2 or 3, I started to fully learn, the alphabet and that kind of stuff. Also, I didn't walk until I was 18 months. Sorry if I'm backtracking a little bit. But I didn't start walking until I was 18 months. I just didn't. And then one day I just stood up and walked. And then, a couple weeks later, I started running. I don't know, okay? And so when I was 2 or 3, I learned how to read the alphabet. And my favorite letter was Q, because I kept pointing Q, Q, Q. I just kept saying things about the letter Q. Okay, Q was my favorite letter. Oh yeah, I could also learn numbers up to 100 back in, I was 3 or 4, 2, 3 or 4. I was not a dumb kid, okay? I'm a very smart person, but the thing is, that's not how it would play out in elementary school. At least not the beginning portions. So, I knew how to read. But the issue was that I didn't read in kindergarten. Because, I don't know. Also, hold on. There, I should have fixed the lighting before, but you know what, honestly, I don't really seem to care. Okay? But where was I? I was in kindergarten. Kindergarten was not the biggest year. It was 2014 or something like that. Actually, I'm just kidding. It was one of the biggest years. my dog was put down. My grandmother passed away. And the thing is, me and my grandma were very close, along with me and my dog. And so it was really hard. It, it was hard on me and my mom because that was my mom's mom. And so, uh, yeah, it's just, I miss the both of them. Uh, anyway, it's kindergarten. I knew how to read, but I just didn't read, okay? I only looked at the pictures. People thought I was stupid. Also, I'm gonna backtrack a lot because there's things I remember in the middle of something. And so, one thing I have to backtrack is this. So, when I was 4, that's when I was fully potty trained. I know. 4. I was slow on that. But I've known my left and right for a long time. And I made a crazy story about how the sun sets. You want to hear it? No, probably not. Anyway, so the sun would be in the sky. It would come down. There's like this lake or the um, ocean, and the sun would just go into it. I don't know what kind of idiot. Well, I mean, I wasn't an idiot. I was more of creative, and so in kindergarten, the way I acted was very strange, and so public school treated me like I was autistic. And most of this information, I didn't even realize that I was treated like that until my mom told me. It's like, excuse me, why would you do that to me? Like, I know, so I was always a loner in kindergarten. I would play in the playground by myself, and this is gonna be like a big thing through my elementary years. Also, quick side note, I'm not autistic. It's just the public schools were like, he's autistic, okay? And so, in first grade, I went to Freakstrom. And I had this, in Lincoln, because I moved to Lincoln, and so, in Nebraska. And so, and there was like, it was an open classroom. Like, pretend this is the classroom. That wall would not be there. You would see the other classroom. And so it was like, I kept looking behind. It was like 10, I had to be limited to 10 snaps a day. But I thought it just meant 10 snaps a time. So I would do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wait a couple seconds and then do the same thing over and over again. Yeah. And so second grade, I went to Cooser. Not much changed. Also, you know, like those things for the special ed people. In first grade, I was put in a reading one, and in second grade, I was put in a math and reading one. Even though I knew, like, a lot. I'm just gonna be honest. I was not that way. It's the same. Second grade wasn't like the biggest year either. I mean, yeah, I was friends with this one Muslim girl. She moved back to Saudi Arabia, I believe. I don't even know what I thought Saudi Arabia was back then. Because I had no freaking clue on what geography was. And now I'm obsessed with it. Anyway, oh, I forgot. When I was 6, so this would have been around, I think it was like the summer into either second or first grade. I don't remember. it was the summer into first grade. I I started learning astronomy, which is the study of space, and that's because of a show called Miles in Tomorrowland by Disney Junior. And then, after learning about it, I've been it's just something that stuck. Okay? And so after that mess of things, it so in second grade, I told you, and in third grade I was put into a reading room. I read very slowly, and they tried to make me a speed reader. The thing is, I comprehend, meaning I understand that things that I read, which is more important than the speed of your reading. You know what I mean? Also, I think third grade was the first time I had a heart thing going on. Like, they thought that I had, like, a connected something that makes, like, blood go into the wrong ventricle and whatever the heck. It's been. We did tests for that. It's inconclusive. For me, inconclusive usually means false, so I'm probably regular, but I don't know what kind of scan it was. Also, it was the year that I started to get, like, a bit of long hair. It wasn't, like, this long, or even close to this long, but it was, decently long. Anyway, fourth grade came along, and how old was I in fourth grade? Hold on. So I started kindergarten in 2014, first, second, third, fourth. Well, I don't know, okay? Just gonna say that. Well, if fifth grade was 2020, then that would be 20. That means I would have been 11 in 2019. Meaning I would have turned 10 in third, maybe third grade. I don't know. I'm one of the older members in my class, even now. But fifth grade was. Well, fourth grade, I was still treated like I was autistic. And from my perspective, I thought this was like. I thought I was a normal person. But the thing is, first, second, and fourth, and fifth grade, I would run around at recess alone. I was a loner, and plus I didn't have many friends in public school. I've always been different than others. I've always acted different. I'm not your normal, typical person. But anyway, fifth grade comes rolling along. And I get bullied for things I did not do at all. Like, he accused me of stealing and that kind of stuff. It was false. Like, it was. And so, it took months, but it was about February 2020, right before the pandemic happened, that my teacher knew about this. And what happened? We were forced to sit next to each other. Thanks, pregnant teacher. That was also the first teacher I had that was pregnant. My fifth grade teacher. But anyway, once fifth grade, once COVID started, that's when things started to change. Work, I would go outside. I actually lived here back then. I had moved like a bunch of times from like kindergarten. I moved every year from the end of kindergarten to fourth, fifth, to like fifth grade. Fifth grade. That's how long I had to move every single year. And so once I lived here then, and so I don't know what it is, but online school, I was so bored out of my mind. I would like do the work, go outside, come back in, and finish the work. And oh boy, the last day of school had so much work. It was crazy. But I was glad it was summer break, even though it was COVID. Oh yeah, did I forget to mention it happened during spring break? I think that's the case with everybody, but I didn't get to finish in elementary school. Anyway, 6th grade rolls around. I'm in middle school. Nothing could go wrong. Nothing like my innocence being ruined. Thanks for that. I started being an absolute weirdo, and I don't want to get into it, but I did actions that were stupid, along with 7th grade. Yeah, but the good thing is I started to make more friends because I was at a private Christian school, which I'm still at because it's a no, not 6th, it's preschool to seniors. Yay. And 6th grade, so by 2nd semester I had been found to have a really good voice, so I was in the choir, I was singing. And then the next year comes around and I'm like, should I try band? And so the first semester of 7th grade, I wanted to play an instrument, and I wanted to play percussion, but so many people were playing percussion, so I was moved to a different instrument, and that instrument was trumpet. I did not like trumpet, okay? I didn't like it. So guess what? I moved to the alto saxophone, or just saxophone, because I'm literally the only one in my band now that plays saxophone. Sorry, voice crack. But anyway, 6th grade was so much fun. It was like, woo, 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 woo. Also, 7th grade. I did something really stupid. I don't really want to get into detail because I feel terrible about it. And I told myself I just want to forget it and move on and not have to deal with it anymore. But yeah, and so I learned a valuable lesson. 8th grade rolls around and I meet some of my Roblox friends. Yep. I'm not gonna mention them for their own privacy unless they want to be mentioned. But yeah, and there's one man that I met that when I was going during the summer break between 7th and 8th grade, I met, and we've been friends ever since. Now, that was 2022, so yeah, and 8th grade I was finally introduced in the high school band, even though I wasn't a high schooler yet. I know, right? And so, I did terribly. It was also the first year I did marching band, which is very fun, very amazing. Yeah. But yeah, that was 8th grade. Now 8th grade, it was okay. It's not like it was a big deal. But it was the last year of middle school, and I wanted to be done with middle school, okay? Now, freshman year. I was a freshman. This was last year. Oh yeah, I also tried so many things in 8th grade. I tried, like, to get into, I auditioned for, and most of them are band things, so I auditioned for stuff, I composed my first piece of music, I got into DOOR, which I actually went to that year, in Iowa, and then 9th grade, or freshman year, I tried drama and speech. Well, speech is required. I could take it again, even if I'm not in the class, and I am considering. I do, I do have many good memories with it. I don't know, I don't know. I just liked it. And even if I didn't do the best, I still did good for myself. I still passed, meaning I don't have to take it again. Also, drama was so much fun. Although I was so nervous the entire time. It was hard to act, okay? It was hard to act. But anyway, um, also, if you're wondering, the intro song for my channel is actually my first ever song, made back when I was an 8th grader. So, it was before I even started high school that I made that. I've tweaked it a little bit here and there, but yeah. Oh yeah, I think 8th grade was also the year I started to grow my hair out again. I had like this thing after 5th grade where I had my hair short. I could show you. I could literally show you because it was actually during COVID that this happened. I'll show you guys. I'll show you. Also, I don't want to. I'll show you what I looked like when I was 11, okay? It might not look the best. Also, the light that you see in my videos is actually my phone. But yeah, I'm gonna go and look for my first ever, like, pictures. This is the first picture on my phone. If it'll clear up. Oh, should I lower the brightness a little bit? Okay. That helped a little bit. What if I turned it down all the way? Yep, that was me back then. This was me at one point in history. Don't forget it. Don't. Anyway, this was another picture of me, and the first ever video was very weird. I don't know why I did that, okay? And this is also me. I was a weirdo. I was so weird even in 5th grade. Oh my goodness. No, no, no. We're not doing a whole video on this. Maybe. What is this? What am I? Oh. I sound so young. I sound so young too. That's another thing. I was so young then. I was such a young. Anyway, that was freshman year. I also made friends with Lydia, and there was some personal things between my 8th grade year and my freshman year that I will discuss on a different channel or such. But yeah, sophomore year, the current year I'm in, nothing much has really happened besides literally we had homecoming, the march band yesterday, but that's about it. Also, my birthday's coming up in 23 days. Oops. But anyway, that's it for the video. Accomplish your dreams, be kind, and most importantly, be yourself. Bye bye!